Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I'm Jay. I've been in wildland fire since 2011 and I'm partner to a hotshot. In these videos, I try to share tips and information for family and friends to understand the world of wildland fire and support their firefighter. So, here we go. Okay, I'm headed to the gym to complete a hero WOD. For those of you who don't know, CrossFit is an entity that formulates workouts of the day in memory of certain people or moments in history worth memorializing. It is the month of September, so today I'm taking you along with me to complete the 9/11 Memorial workout of the day. So last week my parents came to visit and I sat down with my dad and talked a little bit about my career change from photography and also environmental education to wildland fire and what he and my mother experienced, the thoughts that went through their head. That first summer being a transition summer between my careers as well as living so far away from my parents. And then they've also experienced wildland fire on their property in the mountains of North Carolina. And so he talked a little bit about that as well. So I guess we could start with before I joined the Forest Service and started working as a firefighter. Did you know what wildland fire was?
Just what, I do watch National Geographic and stuff that's science geeky, and so just there wasn't a whole lot. I think the cow fires with global warming, and I believe in that, is, kind of brought it more to the forefront. But yeah, 10 and more years ago, there was very little knowledge, I think, public knowledge, unless you lived in an area that was affected every year. And I've always lived on the East Coast, so it's been more of a rare event. So I self-educated myself a lot more after you got in with the fire service.
I noticed when that first summer that there was so much difference in communication. I feel like our family unit was used to every couple of weekends getting together.
Right.
And then when I moved across from North Carolina to New Mexico, there was definite difference in communication.
Right.
And so I wonder how you guys felt about that.
It's true. I think of you in the mornings. Well, you're still very much in the middle of the night sleeping, and so then I think, well, I'll text her later, I'll call her later. And so that's one thing about East Coast and most fire stuff being on the West Coast is there's really a short window in the day when you can practically communicate. And sometimes then I don't make it to that call I intend on making, and it gets to be days later before I catch that time frame. And same thing, so then if it's in the evening, then that's when I've caught you the most, is around when you're eating supper and I'm kind of winding down for the day. But yeah, I can, for all families, that's a deal, but we missed you. It's true. It's true. Your transition into fire was a career change, and so a lifestyle change. There's not a lot of jobs where you can't just change and do something different. Where I think with anything with wildfire, it's you gotta love it, you gotta want it. It's a life change kind of commitment. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Mom and I were talking earlier about how it's not a career, it's a
Like a
a
calling,
it's yeah, it is
if
who
you're going to
you
stay in it.
are. Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of folks that are in wildland also have EMT certifications, or in the wintertime they're part of the avalanche response teams and things like that, and it's part of who you are is to do that emergency response, or at least some sort of contribution to that emergency response. And it's constant.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know another way of relaying that. There isn't an on and off switch. And, you know, folks talk about compartmentalizing and, you know, leave work at work and home is at home. And that's very difficult.
I think 2 of our visits with you, you were on duty, and it's some of my favorite memories. Sorry, I get teared up, but proud of you. I always have been. But we were just rolling during the day, and you saw smoke, and that was when you were doing the assignment in Thousand Lakes. Is that it, in Kentucky?
Oh, in Kentucky,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so we were just visiting for the weekend, but I was saying, but it was like, stop, you know, we were going to go see some bison, and you're like, stop. And it didn't interrupt our day, but about 15 minutes, but you were getting on the radio and calling the right people to go check that out, you know, and you weren't on duty, but it was just during that day.
On the 10 and 18 Instagram account, I asked, what do you think friends and family need to know about wildland fire? One of the most intriguing responses was, quote, it's not all that we are. Firefighting is a career. EMT is a career. Police officer is a career. Emergency response, however, is a purpose, satisfied only by making a difference. Going to a job every day, knowing you help to protect a community, someone's livelihood, memories, or life. On September 11, 2001, the U.S. was attacked on home soil. 4 commercial airline planes were hijacked by terrorists. 1 was crashed into a field in Pennsylvania, 1 was flown into the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and the 2 other planes were devastatingly flown into the Twin Towers in New York. The death toll mounted to nearly 3,000 souls, including the 227 civilians and 19 hijackers aboard the 4 planes, with 343 police and 72 firemen, respectively. The damage done to our country and our psyche lives on. It's unforgettable. The 9/11 Memorial WOD is a way for us to honor the memory of those who perished. The date and year are represented by a 2001 meter row and 9 movements, each including 11 repetitions. The workout is then bookended with a 2001 meter run. There is no time cap or goal for this workout. You are meant to reflect and pay respect to the police, fire, and other responders who rush to protect, serve, and save lives.
I think too, one of the things that's difficult to relate is that physical fitness, because that's what we train when we're not on an incident. We're training physical fitness, even if we're repairing saws or refurbishing our vehicles and things like that. It's that repetitive mental training, physical training, so that when you are working out on an incident and your saw goes down, you're not fumbling with trying to figure out what piece needs to, where I need to check and that kind of thing. We're constantly already refurbishing those saws. So we know exactly what tool to get, we know exactly what nut to go to, and it makes it quick and safe when you're on the fire line.
Right.
When you get to an incident, you're already prepared, you already know.
Yeah, a plan's no good if you can't execute it, if you fumble and screw it up. But a plan works great when everybody knows what's going to happen next and ready for the next move. And fire won't wait. Fire won't wait. It's got its own. It's alive, and it's going to move and consume, and it doesn't care what's ahead of it.
Yeah. So you experienced that recently.
We did. Yeah. So a year ago, on a Saturday morning, I had gone to do some function with the church and was away all morning, and Renee just went away to shop for a short time. And she arrived home, and we had a forest fire in our backyard, basically. Our house is up against woods, and that's the way we like it, at the end of a road. But a guy's in our driveway, and Renee's first response, your mom's first response was, "Who are you and why are you here?" And she probably said it that way, but then didn't realize that the house was in danger, and it was. In the east, it was forest leaf litter that's on fire, but it's continually moving like it's got a life of its own. And that was a windy morning. And Renee called me. I left the church and told everybody got to go, but I'm still 15 minutes drive to get there. And from our house, I know where we are, so I saw the smoke. When I'm still 5 miles out, very anxious. And I hit the ground when I got there. I knew that we were probably gonna need help, so I parked my car somewhere else and ran up to the house. And your mom's there with a water hose, that's the thing with the plan. Even maybe homeowners who need a plan. But the wind was a big factor that was driving that. The fire was alive, and it came to the gravel of our driveway, which is only 30 feet from the house. The first responder that came, that Renee found at our house and not realizing what was going on, was off duty. He had a wildfire background, but had, maybe because of a work environment and the money he needed to support his family, he was not doing that. He was working as a volunteer fireman and had a day job. But he went into that mode we're talking about when he saw the smoke and investigated where it was. So he was a one-man resource with his skills and knew who to call. He started cutting a fire line, and his one-man fire line did the most to prevent our home from being damaged. He knew where to start it, and it wasn't very wide. And he was wrenched when he got done. I mean, he was really going at it. More guys came because he made the call. They had the big green truck with all the water on it. So they started putting out hot spots, and because that's really all we needed to prevent the house from being harmed. I said, I prayed, God, blow the wind the other way. Just blow the wind away, and it did die down. Once we got there, Renee with her water hose and the couple of men working on the fire that had arrived, the wind did die down long enough to help it kind of stop. Like I said, then after that, for a few days, we just, even I was watering down some stumps that were still hot spots. Still, I had a new respect. A plan is important, and understanding the power of fire.
Were you getting attacked by the mosquitoes?
Mom will tell you, they don't like me. I don't know why.
What did you think about when I made that transition?
No, I had no worries. I really didn't, because all of us, we get in our car to go to work. I go to work 20 miles away, and I never have a guarantee I'm going to make it to work every day. And on my job, we work with 22,000-pound vehicles with school buses, and in a moment your life can change. So I've never been a worrier in that way. So whatever you were doing, I know you're smart. And so in the same way, I'd say all firefighters are smart, because you have to be aware. You have a certain awareness about yourself. You can't be sloppy, and you're not sloppy. So.
Quick voiceover here, because we moved to a spot near the river and the sound recorded poorly. I just wanted to pop on and let you know I hope you're liking these videos, and I appreciate those of you who are answering the 10 and 18 Instagram questions. It helps me create content for you all. I really want this to be a platform that helps answer questions from those who found themselves in the role of supporting a firefighter in their lives. And I hope it provides a peek into the world and culture of wildland fire. Please like and share these videos, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And I'll see you back here for the next one.